glow just like dozing embers. I don't care what you thought he would say. There's no surprises left except death in this modern age, and planes still fly their boats for despite their weight. Seems like luck would cast your ships and walked away, and you could say everything you've been through taught us to live. You could tell them all our gravities were brought us to kiss. I could plead it wasn't me, I could have murdered my friends. That's why we've a handkerchief to blind us, not them. So scrape all the change that comes us and dust. Pack your pockets full of wood until your skirt seems to split. Now you still can see together, anchor fast in the bed. Leave me in the car parked outside of the fence. I've got an auto-reverse takeout, bag full of cassettes, pack of cigarettes, let's sleep. I've got an auto-reverse takeout, bag full of cassettes, pack of cigarettes, let's sleep. On the promise that we rock, bring us just to what's the bar, something that's in the blood, just to let the cold and pulse. Then look no more, just breathe, we're putting these sacred dreams over from it. Seemed like you could never win, it seemed like you will never win, it seemed like you will never win, it seemed like you will never win, it seemed like you could never win, it seemed like they will never win, it seemed like we will never. Every second guess is like we're taking backward steps. The rain is falling in reverse, your skin is sliding back to bed. Sun is rising to the west, flourishes in your family crest is sneaking in the rape again. I'm struggling life, but I just I never know what's best. Let's just spin you lies, but we can just up in disguise. It's wisdom and take advice. I can tell you how to live your life all here for a minute. Hear them coming near, and I am tired of running scared. I've got another first date bag, bag full of cassettes, pack of cigarettes, let's sleep. I've got an auto-reverse takeout, bag full of cassettes, pack of cigarettes, let's sleep tonight. So a couple hundred years ago, one of the very first members of my family had an affair with Mary Queen of Scots. He loved her madly. She just used him because he was incredibly handsome and had a nice mustache. He proposed marriage to her and she turned him down, and she married some other guy because he was just a lowly Earl. So she married a lord. Lord douchebag. So member of my family, the Earl of Bothwell, he did what any self-respecting member of my family would do. So he took matters into his own hands, and he did two steps. He took step one. He went over to Lord Douchebag's house and put a bunch of dynamite underneath his bed and lit it on fire and walked away, probably singing Santeria by Sublime. And then after that, he went over to the Queen's house and he knocked on her door, and when she opened the door, he kidnapped her, forced her to marry him, and they lived happily ever after for about 3 days until he got caught. And then right before he slipped out the back door of his own castle, he gave the Queen a passionate kiss, probably with a tasteful amount of tongue. I'll shut up in a minute, sir. I promise this will be a completely painless procedure. After he gave that tasteful amount of tongue, he dipped away to Norway, but he got caught and spent the rest of his life in prison and killed himself by banging his own head against the wall. But the good news is, if you really love somebody and they don't love you back, it's totally okay to kidnap them. You might kill yourself by banging your own head against the wall. You might end up being the most hated figure in Scottish history, but the good news is, a couple hundred years later, some indie rapper will make a song about it. Yeah, continuing in the tradition of educating the youth of today, that last song was about kidnapping, the song before was about murder, and this song is about stealing from your friends and family.